All right, so first test drive of the day is a Volkswagen Beetle turbo convertible. It's a Beetle, so it's Dime's been around for a couple of years. The Beetle is actually still based on the Mark 6 Golf when we're already into the Mark 7. So it's a little bit of an old design, but it's, you know, if you like the retro design of the Beetle, there's no alternative. This one is a turbo, so it's got a little power to it. And but anyway, yeah, it's a Beetle turbo. This one actually is the conventional automatic. It's not the DSG version, which I would prefer to have the DSG. And to be quite honest, it's not entirely my style, but it's a good little car. It's a Volkswagen, and you know, Volkswagen has their driving dynamics pretty well sorted out. I've never driven a Volkswagen that I didn't like the way it drove from the as far as suspension and all that other kind of stuff. So it's definitely a nice car to drive. It's just not my personal pick. Yeah, is the Fiat 124 Spider Abarth. Not just the 124 Spider, which is a terrific car as it is, but the Abarth. So, if you don't know already, the Fiat 124 Spider shares much of its mechanical underpinnings with the Mazda Miata, which is another star of Topless in Miami 2017. So it is already, you know, based off of one of the most revered sports cars of all time. But the Fiat 124 Spider has its own little Italian flair to it. Instead of the 2-liter 4-cylinder that's in the Miata, the Fiat 124 Spider has a 1.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Actually, the same engine that you would find in the Fiat 500 Abarth. So it has a distinctly different personality than the Miata. So of course, the Fiat 124 Spider has that terrific noise coming from the 1.4 turbo, which is probably one of my favorite. Oh, that sounds terrific. That is one of my favorite sounds of any 4-cylinder car. It's just a fantastic sound. And because the 124's Spider is so light and nimble, 160 horsepower makes quite a bit of difference. It's a definitely quick little car. This one is the automatic version. It's not the manual, unfortunately. I wish it was the manual, but trust me, that does not take away from the fun value of the Fiat 124 Spider. It is just this is the kind of car that I really enjoy driving. It's a car that you can be a little bit irresponsible with. This next car I like so much that it is actually on my shopping list. Yes, I'm thinking of buying a new car here in the next year or two, and this car is on it. It is the Ford Mustang EcoBoost. Yes, I know it's an EcoBoost. It's not the V8. It's a 4-cylinder turbo. But listen carefully. Do not let that cloud your judgment. No, as you just heard, it does not make the stereotypical, you know, V8 Mustang noise. I get it. It sounds like a 4-cylinder with a strange hissing noise, which is obviously the turbo. But you have to look at the bare statistics of this car. It is a 310 horsepower sports car, and yes, I am calling it a sports car because it has proper 2 doors, has proper sports car suspension. It is a great handling car, and it is a great looking car with, again, 310 horsepower. It's not all that expensive to buy, and it's also not all that expensive to run either with the more fuel efficient EcoBoost 4-cylinder. It is a terrific car, even despite the fact that it doesn't have the stereotypical V8 Mustang noise. If such a car is on your shopping list, you really need to drive one of these Mustangs before you go look elsewhere, because it is a terrific, terrific car. If horsepower is a concern, allow this car to alleviate your concerns. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to slow it down a little bit. This is not the Autobahn, and I go anywhere near the throttle in this thing, I'm already going entirely too fast. Anyway, this is the BMW M760i. So it is a V12, which I believe that makes this the first V12 car I have ever driven, like in my life, not just for a press event, like ever, period, in my life. So this is actually a little bit of a new experience for me. If you, like I said, if horsepower is a concern, that concern's alleviated. If honestly anything in the outside world is bothering you, get in this car, because this car just completely isolates you from the rest of the world. Like, you are here, and then out there is the rest of the world. This is a otherworldly car. The funny thing is, the color is actually flat gray, a matte gray. And why? Don't ask. Because. Because why not, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, this car is basically, I'll do whatever I like, and if you don't like it, well then, forget you. So, yeah, this is a pretty special car. Okay, I can't believe I'm actually driving this, but I'm driving the Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's not the full Quadrifoglio. It's still a properly fast car, and my God, like this, you know, Alfa Romeo's reputation for being, you know, the ratty piles of junk is just, from where I'm sitting, it's not justified. This car feels amazing. The steering feels amazing. The interior is a bit sparse, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a different feeling. It actually feels like everything is screwed together properly. This is honestly, I have to say, this is the first Alfa Romeo I've ever driven. So, you know, the rumors that I keep hearing about them, near as I can tell, seem to be unjustified. This is a fantastic car. And my previous opinion about it is out the window. This is a sweet, sweet car. All right, get a load of this. The Lexus LC 500H. That's what I'm driving. And that's an unexpected engine noise. Frankly, I mean, I have to say, that's obviously a synthetic engine noise, but that is interesting. That is like almost video game-ish, like iRobot-ish. That's almost what kind of noise that seems to be making to me. But this is, I don't know if I can call it the most beautiful hybrid ever made, since the big giant supercar makers are now making hybrids that look pretty awesome. But this is definitely the prettiest hybrid I've ever driven. This thing is gorgeous looking. And I have to say this, it is just as spectacular to look at inside as it is outside. This interior is astonishing. I mean, astonishing. This is a pretty special moment that I get to drive this car right here. This is definitely not something that happens every day. All right, let me see if I can do this without getting in trouble. And this is another one of those cars, and they seem to be getting more and more common now, where they're deceptive with their speed. It's funny because it's so smooth, and the acceleration is so smooth, and the chassis is so smooth that you don't really feel how fast you're going until you look down at the speedometer, and I'm like, oh, I think I probably need to slow down. weird. That is different. I've played video games in the 90s that made cars sound like that. Like, that has me beside myself. That is crazy. That is awesome. This is a I can't think of any other car I've driven from honestly ever that feels more futuristic than this. This is about as futuristic of a car, how a car has felt that I've ever driven. All right. I am in the Porsche 718 Boxster, a car I've been itching to drive all day long. It's not just the Porsche Boxster anymore, now it's the 718 Boxster. And as you can probably hear, it is no longer the six-cylinder 2.7 engine. It is now a 2-liter turbocharged flat 4 engine. And let's just go ahead and call it how it is. Yeah, it sounds like a Subaru. To me, as a Subaru guy, that's a good thing. Other people have differing opinions on that. But what they cannot argue is that it makes this a much, much faster car. This particular 718 Boxster is equipped with what I have no qualms about calling the best transmission ever fitted to a road car available to the public, the Porsche PDK. It is obviously a automated dual clutch transmission, and it is just unbelievable how fast it reacts. I think it sounds awesome. That sounds terrific. Oh, I like that. So, yeah, I said the Mustang EcoBoost is on my shopping list for next year if possible. This is on my shopping list if I win the lottery. It totally is. It's quite a bit more expensive than a Mustang, but that's okay. This is totally worth it. This is a fantastic car and a testament to what kind of cars Porsche is capable of making. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one I've really been waiting for. The ND, the current generation Mazda Miata, with a proper manual gearbox. It's just, there's a reason why the Miata has sold by the millions. And I understand why every single one of them was sold. No, there's not that much actual power, but it doesn't matter. It's light, it's rear-wheel drive, it's responsive, the shifter is terrific, the clutch is terrific, the chassis is terrific, pedals are perfect for heel towing and double clutching. This is sports car heaven, folks. This is what it's all about. For all you car nerds out there, look what's passing me on the other side. There's a little Easter egg for you.